Hello, hello there, my crafty friends. It is Candy here from sweetstamper.com. And this is day 2 of my holiday hoopla. And holiday hoopla is about making projects for the holidays. I'm going to get some of my Christmas cards done while I'm demonstrating some fresh new ideas for you and new designs and new products and using some of our older things as well and maybe some new ways. So I am once again going to be featuring So Very Merry. This is a fun stamp set. I'm absolutely loving using it. And I'm just going to give it a couple of minutes. We've already got more people on here at the beginning than we did yesterday because I'm coming to you at a different time. Typically, I'm here with you every Thursday at 7. And this week, beginning yesterday, which was Tuesday, although it felt like Monday all day, I am here with you every single day for 7 days straight. So I will be here with you at 7 o'clock every day. Hello, Tasha and Marcia. Thank you for joining me. And Corinne, hello, hello. So let me just do a little bit of a recap for you. I do have a host code here that you can see if you are ready to place an order here in August. We have an amazing kit sale going, up to 30% off. The kits are tremendous value, and they're a lot of fun to use, great for crafting on the go, great for crafting with a group. So yes, that is the kit collection sale. I'm keying in on a stamp set yesterday and again today called So Very Merry. This is part of our online exclusives. That means this is not in a catalog. It's not even in the mini catalog that's coming out next month. This is only available, well, you can purchase it by contacting me and I will order it for you, but you will see it only in the online store. So when you go to shopwithcandy.com, you'll find this. Hello, Nancy. I'm glad you like this stamp set too. I think it's a real winner. So many things we can do with it. So let me just show you a few things, and then we're going to make a card tonight. We're going to make an angel card. So let me just backtrack a little bit before I go down the angel road. This is where we went last night. And these are all little stained glass images. So you can do just some fun things. I will say the stained glass is not as apparent a little bit on the gingerbread house on the front. But these have very, very definite stained glass imagery. This is where we went last night, just a really, really simple card using the bird, and I made it into a cardinal. Now let me show you. I'm running this as a Christmas in August card class where you're making these 5 cards using the stamp set. And here I made the bird blue. So you can see how different he looks using different colors. And I love that kind of versatility. He even looks bigger here, I think, just because I put him on a circle die. And let me see. There are no dies with the stamp set. I will say they do coordinate with our 2 3/8 circle punch. So this is the 2 3/8 inch circle punch. This is with the 2 inch. So I want to show you the difference because you get a little bit of a white border when you use the 2 3/8. With the 2 inch, it cuts it right at the edge of the stained glass. So this was the one I did last night. These are the ones in my class. And I thought, you know what I'm going to do tonight? I'm going to case myself. So this is the angel card for my Christmas in August class, and this is very much, the angel of Christmas. And I love it using the Designer Series paper. Now, if you have not heard me talk about this class before, because there is not true Christmas paper in our annual catalog, and there's a gorgeous set of paper called Horse and Sleigh in the online exclusives as well. But I just used it twice for 2 different Christmas classes in July. I wanted to use some Christmas paper and was a little bit at a loss, so I pulled out some retired paper, and I had enough to make a class. So that's where this paper is coming from. Last night, I used the gingham paper, and it has just some great colors for Christmas. This one's very neutral, using the new pecan pie. So, Velma, I'm glad you're excited about this stamp set. It really is fun to work with. So I decided to case myself here, not using Designer Series paper, but using an embossing folder instead. And very much going with the blues of Christmas and bringing in some of these little snowflakes. I did find my snowflakes, couldn't find them last night. I do love, this is another thing, this, you might remember this glittered organdy ribbon. It actually carried over, but again, it's in the online store, so you won't find it in the catalog. Interesting things and just kind of different ways of doing things right now. So what I wanted to do tonight is we're going to do that card, but we're going to do it a little bit different because I'm going to use Bubble Bath. I had Pat and Elaine over here working in my studio today, helping me get team meeting packets ready and out the door. And I was working on this purple card, well, not purple, my blue and purple angel. And Elaine loves Bubble Bath, and actually Pat is not a pink person, and she loves Bubble Bath. So I thought, okay, let's just see what we can do with bringing in Bubble Bath and some pretty peacocks. So I've gone ahead and run this through the Merry Melody embossing folder. Now, let's get a piece of white cardstock. Let's get our mat, and let's do a little stamping. Now, I want to stamp this time. I'm going to stamp her in tuxedo black, which is what we would typically do. Last night, I was stamping my bird in basic gray, and that just gives a softer look. It doesn't bring out the edges quite as much. So I wanted to kind of show the differences there. And I'm glad you like these, Marcia. And Tasha's liking my colors. Yeah, this the Bubble Bath with the pretty peacock. I mean, who would have thought? Isn't that a pretty combination, though? I want to make sure I get enough ink on this, and we are going, notice I have my little mat underneath me, and I'm going to press. Now, before I start coloring this, I do like to make sure that this ink is really dry, because although technically this ink dries very quickly, sometimes it'll be a little damp. And if you start coloring with your blends right away, yeah, you'll get a little smear. I don't want that. So I thought I would take a minute and just show you on a true scrap something that I talked about last night but didn't actually demonstrate. So what I was showing you was how you can take a stamp, and if you want to mask something, let's say I'm going to May Your New Year. I'm just kind of doing this by way of example, so it's not necessarily going to make sense. So if I want to use just a part of that, you can see that I have some ink up here on this letter, and I'm trying to just do the bottom two lines. So if you take your blender pen, this will add ink even as much as it will, you can add ink or delete ink. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pull this ink. I can see it right there because it's dark ink. I'm going to pull that. See how that's pulling that gray off of there? So now I'm just going to come right along here and make sure that there is no gray ink on there. And as I put it, you can see how there was a lot of hidden ink there. And that is going to allow me to get just the letters that I want. And again, I just kind of, by way of demonstration, doing the bottom two lines. You see, I've still got a little bit I picked up. So, but that just kind of shows you how you can kind of play with that a little bit. And if you're wanting to remove ink, let's do a little better. Candy will be a little more patient. Let's see if we can do a little better. Clean this up a little better, which is, I mean, this is truly a scrap. So let's come along here. Oh, I can see it. It's glistening. You know, it's one of the things when I first started stamping, I thought, you know what, if I hold this stamp up in the light and the ink is glistening, then I know it is inked up, it's damp, the ink is going to really saturate my paper, and I'm going to be in business. I think there's still a little bit more. So let me just go one more pass. Now, when you do this, the other thing you can do is sometimes your ink, where you want it to be, will have dried out just a little bit, and you're thinking, well, crumbs, I don't want to have to put it back in the ink and take the ink off. And all you have to do is huff on it. And that just means I breathed on it. Sounds a little better if I say huff. Let's see if I did better this time. Ah, it's still coming out. Well, it usually works better than that. I probably have some residue ink on there, which means I need to clean my stamp. We'll come back to that maybe. Okay, so now we are going to take our angel and we are going to add some color. Now, these are the colors that I have pulled, and I'm going to put just a little bit of scrap paper. Get my trusty Drury Hotel. This is where I hold my weekend retreats, and their little notepads are the perfect size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, because I have a little bit, well, not a little bit, I have a whole panel here of Pretty Peacock. I'm going to use Pretty Peacock for the edge, the darkest color here. This is dark Pretty Peacock, and I'm going to color the edge. Now, you could color this with the bronzing, there's a bronze and ivory, and those are actually really useful. And I think I used the bronze on my Christmas angel that I did, where she's very, she's very much in a red dress. So I think for me, I like a dark color on the edge to really give a nice frame. And then we are going to do her face and hair, because I think it helps you see the other places where you want sometimes a little bit, trying to figure out which of these are window lines and which are like angel lines. So I like to use the light wild wheat for the angel's hair, because it's just kind of a golden color. It's not really yellowy. It's more of a dark gold. So I could do her hair in brown. I could do it in yellow, but I think the gold, kind of like a dark blonde, looks pretty good. And then, although I can use the ivory for her face and hands, I actually really like the light petal pink. So this is a little bit more orangey, and the ivory is a little bit more yellowy, and sometimes it won't contrast enough with her hair when I've done it with the wild wheat. Now comes the fun part. So I think what I'm going to do is make the background of the window. I think I'm going to do that in light Pool Party. And I will tell you, this light Pool Party is about at the end of its usefulness, about ready to be replaced. And I think I've already used the entire dark Pool Party. So if you do this, your ink might come out a little bit darker, because sometimes when you're getting to the end of your ink, don't do this to me. And I thought I had a new one, but I don't. Let's see. Oh, there's a little bit of ink in there. I mean, I am on right at the dregs. Let's go back over that, get a little bit more ink in there, and then go right in here. And actually, if you have a little bit of white, it usually kind of looks good. So I'm kind of liking that, and I think this right here. Now, oh, and there's a little bit right in there too. So that's the whole background. Hey, Cynthia, I'm glad you're here with us, and Margaret's here. Thank y'all for sharing. Don't forget that when you when you comment here anywhere, you are going to get your name in the drawing for my prize. And I'm just kind of thinking and talking at the same time, which can be a little dangerous. This is the dark Lost Lagoon, and I'm going to give her some dark, and I'm going to give her pink wings. So let's give her a little bit of dark on her dress, and maybe a couple of little panels of her dress in this dark Lost Lagoon, which really, you know, Lost Lagoon and Pool Party and Pretty Peacock, I mean, these colors are like shades of one another. They look so good together. And here her dress is kind of billowing out, and I think it's so, so pretty. Now let's come behind here with the light Lost Lagoon, and you can see where I'm going here. I'm really picking up the blues, really picking up that that Pretty Peacock. Now here's the light. And honestly, I remember earlier I did this and I thought, well, what's the deal? When I do the light and the dark, they're so similar. So let me show you what we're going to do. They're really close to one another on this Lost Lagoon. So what I found was, did I use the same blend on all of it? No, there's a difference there. But what you can do is if you want a little bit more of a contrast, you can just come back in here and do another layer of the dark, and it does seem to darken it a little bit more. And I just wanted a little bit more contrast in her dress. Oh, I think I was supposed to do that light, but I didn't want it to be as dark as the Pretty Peacock. Okay, now here we go. Do I want the dark bubble bath or do I want the light bubble bath? And this is a really good way to kind of tell, and they usually do dry a little bit darker, so I think I'm going to go with the light, because I can always add the dark later if I want to. And just giving her these beautiful pink wings. Of course, it goes without saying, you won't see it much on camera, but if you come behind here and add some Wink of Stella on these wings, they are going to shimmer and shine with so much beauty. So I'm kind of liking her. I'm thinking she's looking good, and she is going to go right here. Now let me show you what I wanted to point out. On this angel, I cut her out with a 2-inch circle punch. And on this angel, I cut her out with the 2 3/8, which is our new one. So you see the 2 3/8 gives you that little bit of a white ring. And that's what I'm going to do on this one. And I think it does give just a little bit of extra, gives you a little bit of a frame. So let me just pop this in here and center it. Haha. Yep, I think we're there. Yes. And of course you can make these as much, you know, you do the colors that you want to do. And with this one in particular, this is just cardstock. So I didn't even have to, you know, I'm not trying to match up any kind of designer paper or anything. So this is where I went. And I did put a little white piece on the inside because this is Lost Lagoon. Now, I am going to add, I do like putting that second, I could just do her like, doesn't sound very good. I could just leave her like this, but I do kind of like that little circle greeting there. So I'm going to take Peace and Joy, ink this up with my tuxedo black, and grab my mat, which has walked right off my table. No, there it is. Now Candy moved it. And thank you so much for sharing. I see that Velma has just shared. Now I'll show you why I'm doing this way down here, because you really don't need a full circle to go behind your, doesn't look very good. Didn't come out very good. Sometimes, I think I probably need to re-ink this little pad. Sometimes it's a matter of, you know, you have uneven pressure when you're holding something down. But I did want to kind of key off on this pink and add just a little bit more pink. Haha, that's better. So I'm going to take the same circle punch, because you do, when you do this, you want to have both of your circles even. This is 2 3/8, yes, 2 3/8. This is another item in the online store. So see, I'm gonna have this underneath. My angel's gonna be covering that up. So I don't need to worry about it being, you know, the full circle. Now, I can do this. Now I could do it right on top. This one, I have it angled. Maybe we'll do it right on top just to kind of give a different look. So yeah, let's do that. So I'm gonna add a little bit of seal here. And then we're gonna pop her up on dimensionals. We're gonna add a little bit of ribbon, and I do like this organdy ribbon with the angel. I think it looks really pretty with this whole stamp set, but I think particularly with the angel, it kind of has that just ethereal look to it. So let's put this down here. And again, this is not Poppy Parade. What am I thinking? Pretty Peacock. And this is Bubble Bath. Really nice color combo there. Oop, I'm upside down. Look at the music notes, Candy. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now, I'm going to put this on dimensionals. I'm liking it a lot. And I will say, if you wanted to make this Christmas card, and you wanted to make for your Christmas cards, and you needed to make a lot of Christmas cards, I would just stamp a bunch of these angels, put on a Hallmark movie, and just color for a while. Because then, once you pop these out, because it's just a simple punch, you pop that out, and then it's really quick and easy to assemble. So let's do that one in the center. Now we're going to take the ribbon and wrap it around the bottom. And I think also, sometimes I talk to people and they say, you know, I get bored if I have to do like what we call, what's the word I'm looking for, assembly line stamping, because I need to make like a whole lot of Christmas cards. Well, this would be a great way to do that and kind of change things up by changing up the colors. You really do get a lot of variation. The other thing about this ribbon is it ties so pretty. It ties so very nicely. And I think, you know, angels at Christmas, yeah, what's not to love? What's not to love? I mean, everything from, you know, the angels coming and telling the shepherds not to be afraid, announcing, you know, I bring you good tidings of great joy, to, you know, the absolute favorite Christmas movie of It's a Wonderful Life with Clarence earning his wings. I think that, you know, angels in Christmas just are very strongly represented with one another. Now, let me just do a couple of finishing touches here. I do like these snowflakes that are, again, online exclusive. I do like them when they're filled with, I had been filling them with rhinestones, but these are the pearls that you get with my Christmas in July card class, and I thought these looked really pretty here. I like them in the center of the snowflakes. And again, I could do gold and it's going to pick up. I would not do the copper unless I was doing more like petal pink or something like that. The gold would actually look pretty good, but I'm going to go with the white and go very, very classic here. So let's go here and see how that just brightens and lightens things up so nicely. And I think it's a separate sheet where the big ones, these nice big snowflakes. These are so easy to use, and they're just lovely. I like them a lot. So I think that is going to do. And then I could go, these silver ones look really pretty. They give you a lot of shine. You could even go with a touch of gold, but these right here, they're kind of a soft blue. These, to me, are absolute perfection. So I'm going to fill each of my snowflakes with a pearl, like so. And then I'm just going to add a couple more for balance. I think I need just maybe a little bit more, maybe a little something, something down here. So let's just add a little couple down here. And that just gives you a little bit of shimmer and shine down at the bottom. So this is a really bold color with that pretty peacock, but with the softness of the bubble bath, it's just a totally different look. So I'd love to know what you like the best. And then here is my original. I'm casing myself. Here's my original. And this is the Christmas angel, very much in red. Truth be told, they're all Christmas angels. But I thought the red dress, she looks very, very festive, very Christmassy. And these look a little bit more heavenly. And I don't know if you can see it. This one I did paint her with Wink of Stella. And I like them all. I think they're all fun to make. They're all just variations on a theme. And so Marsha's liking them all. I'm getting a lot of love for my angels. Let's see if you can see them a little better here. Let's see if we can do this. Maybe they show a little better. And while I am finalizing that, you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to take, I was looking for my Christmas stamps last night. I couldn't find them, my Christmas greeting stamps. And then I did, of course, after my video was over. And this is what I really like this for greetings. I could just put that big, you know, I think that's what I'm going to do. Let me just put that big fat Merry Christmas on there. It's a really pretty one. So if I put this on the inside of my card, I am good to go. And I can just do this in black and I'm done. So these are ready for sending, and that is part of the method in my madness here is I'm wanting to get my Christmas cards ready. So I'm not doing them, you know, still trying to make them on December the 1st. No, I need to be addressing them or hopefully putting stamps on them so people have time to enjoy them during the holidays. Peace and joy, Merry Christmas. I like it. Peace and joy, Merry Christmas. I do have this Christmas in August card class still open for registration. I did something a little bit different with it. Not only did I give you an option of porch pickup or by mail, but you can also get a second set of projects for just $10. And so that means you get all the designer paper cut, you get all of the cardstock cut for you, and all you have to do is stamp and assemble. And of course, you could use, with these stained glass images, you can use your watercolor pencils, you can use blends, you can actually use markers on a fair bit of them. So, you know, you have several design, or I should say color options with them. Don't forget to sign up for my email news if you're not already, because I am delivering the PDF tutorials of these all week long. So you should have received your first one today, and that was with the PDF tutorial for my little cardinal, my little stained glass cardinal. This is the one I did last night. So the one that you'll get tomorrow will feature, this is the one that I made. So I will give you all of the instructions for this one. So people are telling me they like my angels. I'm not getting any votes for a particular one. Honestly, I like them all. And it does kind of, I like the option of doing either the Merry Melody background, something like that, with the embossing folder or with the designer paper, just different looks. Kind of using what you have. If you don't have Merry Melody, you need to get that. If you don't have these snowflake, self-adhesive snowflakes, you need that. Now, I will say, I would love to know what your take is. Do you like having the peace and joy kind of off to the side over here, or do you like it right above her head? A little bit more symmetrical. This is a little bit off center. So just, you know, again, just kind of small little differences. Okay, now Margaret said she really likes the middle one, and I took them away. I don't know which one was. I don't know. I think I had this one in the middle, but I'm not sure. Now that I've moved them around, because I oftentimes don't get the comments in real time. Okay, so Marcia likes it off to the side. Yeah, and that was my original plan. I think it kind of gives a little bit of balance. I think, you know, sometimes when you have things like, you can get almost too symmetrical and too matchy-matchy. But I do love the artwork on this stamp set. So again, this is an online exclusive stamp set. And Marlene also likes the off-center, and she's liking the PDFs. Yay. This is a $24 stamp set. I think it's really good value. I'm going to go in a totally different direction tomorrow with our Facebook Live Holiday Hoopla. But I will probably be circling back to this before the end of the week, and I think I'm going to be doing something packaging. This just screams tags packaging. And so I love a stamp set, a Christmas stamp set, where I can do Christmas cards and I can do Christmas packaging and tags. Honestly, you could make super cute little Christmas ornaments with these. So again, this is my, these are the ones for my Christmas card class that's still open for registration. And yeah, wouldn't these make stellar Christmas ornaments? So much fun. So don't forget that this stamp set is an online exclusive, which means we're not guaranteed how long it will be around, but I think this is going to stick around, at least for, hopefully for the holiday season, and then we'll see beyond. That is it for tonight. I appreciate that if you are watching on YouTube, that you give me a thumbs up and you subscribe to my channel. If you are watching here on Facebook, don't forget to make a comment, and that way you get put into my drawing. I do look for the comments on YouTube as well and put you in the drawing for a free gift that will be drawn for each and every video that I do. And as always, I love to hear your feedback. So let me know if there's anything that you're liking, not liking, requesting, special requests. And in the meantime, have a great evening. I will see you back here tomorrow. Your PDF will be delivered to you tomorrow morning via email. And I thank you so much. Take care and God bless.